Hello everyone. Welcome back to Gubuk Klenik. This time, we're diving into what they think about you. Don't forget to follow our account for more videos. If you're interested in a personal consultation, click the link in our bio, your privacy is guaranteed. Let's start with the first card, the King of Cups. This card symbolizes someone who is very emotional, yet calm and stable. He's the type who doesn't easily get carried away by emotions, even though he has many feelings stirring within. If he's thinking about you, it could mean he sees you as someone who brings a calming effect into his life. There may be feelings of affection or deep care, but he tends to hold back and keep his emotions balanced. It's also possible that he perceives you as emotionally mature, which makes him comfortable being around you. The King of Cups often represents a wise and understanding person. So, if he's thinking about you, there's a good chance he appreciates your empathetic side, or he might feel that you understand him without needing many words. He could be impressed by how you balance your own emotions or how you offer emotional support when he needs it. Despite this emotional maturity, the King of Cups also tends to hide his feelings. So, even if he thinks of you often, he may not always show his emotions openly. He prefers to stay calm and controlled, but that doesn't mean he doesn't care. On the contrary, he's very attentive to the small details about you, yet chooses not to reveal it directly. In the context of a relationship, the King of Cups can indicate that his feelings are well developed. If he's thinking about you, he might see potential for a deeper or more serious relationship. However, he's not in a rush. The person represented by this card tends to think things through carefully before acting. So, if you feel he's slow to show his feelings, it's not due to lack of interest, it's because he wants to ensure everything proceeds smoothly. He might also see you as someone reliable. The King of Cups needs stability in his life, and he may view you as someone who can provide that. He has a great deal of respect for how you carry yourself and perhaps also for how you handle emotional issues or relationships. However, one thing to note about the King of Cups is his tendency to be somewhat closed off emotionally. So, even though he thinks about you positively and perhaps deeply, don't be surprised if he doesn't reveal everything right away. There's a side of him that's very protective of his own feelings. The King of Cups often shows maturity in how he thinks about relationships. So, if he's thinking about you, he might also be contemplating what the wisest step to take in the future is. He doesn't want to rush or make decisions he might regret later. He prefers to explore these feelings slowly, ensuring that each step taken is the best one. Alright, let's continue with the second card, the Four of Cups. This card adds an interesting layer to the previous analysis. The Four of Cups often represents someone feeling stuck in dissatisfaction or deep contemplation about their life, including their relationships and feelings toward you. If he's thinking about you with the energy of the Four of Cups, he might currently be in a phase of confusion or hesitation. He could be questioning what he truly wants, or he might feel that something is lacking in this relationship, even if everything seems fine on the surface. Sometimes, this card indicates someone who's caught up in their thoughts, pondering whether to take the opportunity in front of them or let it pass by. The Four of Cups also suggests a tendency to reject or ignore what's being offered. So, while he may think of you fondly as shown by the King of Cups, he might not be ready to fully accept or acknowledge those feelings. There's a part of him that feels uncertain, perhaps due to past experiences or an inability to come to terms with his own emotions. On one hand, this card can also suggest that he might feel a bit bored or uninspired in his current relationship, even if it's not your fault. He might sense that something is missing in his life, which makes it hard for him to focus on the relationship or his feelings for you. He may need time to reflect on what he truly desires. However, the Four of Cups often indicates someone caught up in their own thoughts and missing out on the opportunities right in front of them. If you feel that he's a bit distant or cold, it could be because he's preoccupied with other burdens, not because he doesn't care about you. This card portrays someone who might be too engrossed in their internal issues, making them unaware of what's happening around them, including your feelings or the potential of this relationship. Here, there are mixed feelings. He thinks about you, but he also creates distance due to unresolved doubts or dissatisfaction. He might feel that there's something within himself that remains unanswered, making it hard for him to fully open up or move forward. The Four of Cups can also represent someone who resists change or opportunities out of fear of what might happen. He might be thinking of you, but there's apprehension or doubt about the future or how this relationship will develop. He might feel secure in his comfort zone, even though, at the same time, he senses dissatisfaction or emptiness. But don't misunderstand, this doesn't mean he doesn't think of you positively. Rather, he's in a phase of deep introspection and might need time to truly understand his feelings. He's likely considering all his options, but for now, he prefers to stay silent or hold back before making any decisions. Now, we move on to the third card, the Five of Swords, which introduces a more complicated dynamic to his thoughts and feelings about you. This card is often associated with conflict, tension, and a sense of winning or losing in a situation. In the context of his thoughts about you, this could mean he's dealing with some internal conflict or that there's tension between you two affecting how he views the relationship. The Five of Swords often depicts someone feeling like they're in a battle, where one side feels the need to win, even at the cost of peace or the relationship itself. So, he may be thinking of you with a slightly bitter feeling, as if there's something unresolved or perhaps words or actions that left him feeling uneasy. There might have been a minor argument or misunderstanding that still lingers in his mind, creating a sense of distance or tension between you two. This card can also suggest that he feels the need to protect himself or fight for something, whether that's his self-respect, opinions, or even his position in the relationship. He might sense some competition or difference in perspectives that causes him to hesitate about his next steps. There's a chance he feels emotionally uneasy or even threatened, leading him to think about the situation with a somewhat negative or anxious tone. However, the Five of Swords can also reflect a sense of regret after a conflict. If there has been tension or a disagreement in the past, he might now be contemplating the consequences and feeling dissatisfied with the outcome. Even if he feels like he won in an argument or situation, he may also realize that victory came at a high cost, emotional discomfort or distance in the relationship. This could be a source of frustration as he reflects on you. On another note, this card points to the ego at play. He might be wondering if his decisions or actions were overly influenced by his ego, and now he feels trapped by the results. He may feel the need to stand by his position, but in his heart, there might be some regret or dissatisfaction as he realizes that this may have hurt your connection. The energy of the Five of Swords can describe ineffective communication or misunderstandings that may have made things tense between you. He might feel upset or even a bit angry, whether with himself or with the situation between you two. If you sense a shift in his mood or discomfort in how he interacts with you, it could be the result of an internal conflict he feels about the relationship. In many cases, this card can also indicate that he feels there's something that needs resolution. He thinks of you, but there may be a desire to clarify or improve the situation, even if he's not sure how to go about it. There's a lingering discomfort, and it keeps his mind spinning about what steps to take next. He might also be weighing whether this conflict is truly worth it or if there's a better way to resolve it without further damaging the relationship. At the same time, he may feel like he can't completely give up or back down, which adds further confusion to his thoughts. The final card, the Seven of Pentacles, offers a deeper perspective on how he's currently thinking about you. This card speaks of evaluation, patience, and considering the results of efforts made. In terms of a relationship or feelings, he's in a phase of reflecting on what has transpired so far and contemplating whether the relationship or his feelings for you are worth continuing to invest in. With the Seven of Pentacles, he may feel that he has invested a fair amount, emotionally and time-wise, into this relationship. Now, he's thinking about the outcome of all that effort, wondering if what he feels and what he's getting is worth what he's put in. This suggests that he's in a deep introspection phase, trying to see the bigger picture of what has been built between the two of you. This card also suggests patience and waiting. He may be waiting for signs or progress in your relationship, which could lead him to think more critically about the next steps. He may be pondering, will this relationship improve if I remain patient and continue investing? There's a desire to see if this relationship holds long-term potential, but he also wants to ensure that his efforts are not in vain. In combination with the previous cards, the Seven of Pentacles indicates that he's engaged in a profound reflection on how things will move forward. He's thinking of you, but not solely on an emotional level, he's also considering practical and realistic aspects. He wants to see concrete results from this relationship. He may be weighing whether this relationship can bring long-term satisfaction or if it's time to adjust his approach or even consider other options. There is an element of hard work and dedication tied to this card, meaning he might feel that he has put significant effort into this relationship. However, he might also feel that the growth he anticipated hasn't fully materialized yet. This doesn't necessarily mean he's giving up, but rather he's trying to understand if a change in strategy or adjustments are needed to help this relationship progress more effectively. This card can also reflect a sense of frustration from not seeing results as quickly as he might have hoped. He's thinking of you, but in his mind, there's a feeling of fatigue or confusion about whether he should continue to be patient or try something different. Perhaps he's looking for more responses or commitment from you, but he's not sure if or how that will manifest. The Seven of Pentacles is a card filled with reflection but also optimism. While he's evaluating everything and weighing his options, he still hopes that, with enough effort and time, this relationship can bear fruit. However, he may need more reassurance that this relationship is worth fighting for. So, he's thinking of you with hope but also with a desire to see signs that the relationship is moving in a positive direction. Summary. From these 4 cards, it's clear that he thinks of you with a mix of complex and varied emotions. The King of Cups indicates that he sees you as someone who provides emotional stability and maturity within the relationship. He appreciates your empathy and emotional depth, finding comfort in your presence. However, despite his deep feelings, he tends to hold back from fully expressing them, opting to maintain balance and not rush into revealing his true emotions. The 4 of Cups introduces an element of confusion in his thoughts. He may be going through a phase of doubt or dissatisfaction with the current state of things, whether due to internal or external reasons. He could be questioning whether his feelings are strong enough to pursue further or if something essential is missing in the relationship. This sense of stagnation or uncertainty may cause him to seem distant or restrained, even though he continues to think about you with a certain level of intensity. With the appearance of the 5 of Swords, it becomes evident that he may be dealing with internal conflict or even guilt that troubles him. There might have been tension or misunderstandings between you, causing him to reflect on what might have gone wrong. Yet, with the final card, the 7 of Pentacles, he seems to be evaluating all the effort he has put into this relationship. He's carefully considering whether his emotional and time investments will yield a worthwhile outcome. While he may feel tired or frustrated, he still holds hope that, with patience, the relationship can grow into something more fulfilling. In essence, he sees potential in this connection but is caught in a period of introspection, weighing his feelings and the challenges that lie ahead.